Hello, everyone. It's Jacqueline with JW Van Minimal. And I thought I'd just take a really quick opportunity to jump on and test my computer. Like, this is a different computer and a different camera and all of the extra stuff that's dealing with my technology. And I wanted to find out how this records, what kind of editing information is in here. This is a quick test because I also want to be able to bring you more informational content, not just me chit-chatting, which I think is all right though. But I do want to bring some more content related to some of the things I've talked about in the past that has to do with just getting myself ready to get on the road. And for me, and again, I'm a analysis paralysis type of individual. So for me, it has to do with like making sure I have some solid foundation going on. I've hesitated so long because I'm not just even though I'm a risk taker, I'm not that much of a risk taker to get myself too uncomfortable. In the sense of what a person would do when they actually take on this lifestyle, because it's totally out of my norm. I mean, like way out, and with my insomnia and with my impending anxieties that I've developed over the past 10 years. I want to have some sense of security, just some sense of security as I'm doing this. By me being an entrepreneur, believe me, I'm a risk taker, but I wanted to have some things in place. First of all, I want to make sure that I am bringing information that makes sense, that's going to be a benefit to others or the community. And I've talked about those things, but also for things for myself to strengthen my resolve around survival and I don't know, just being somebody who's made a difference, all that stuff. So a couple things that I know I will be, if this computer system checks out correctly, because it'll be hard for me to do it on my phone, is having to do with budgets and sustaining my lifestyle or my income, and doing some things like that as I take on that year-long journey, which is my goal for the van life. So I will post this. It is Saturday. It is May 11th, the day before Mom's celebratory day. I had a meeting this morning, and then I conducted a workshop workshops that I normally do, which I'll probably do when I'm on the road. So I help people learn how to write grants, and there are some people who want to start a nonprofit. I help them do that as well, but my primary workshop around the topic is grant writing and fund development. So I had a workshop today. It was supposed to take 2 hours, no more than 2.5 hours, and we're just getting done. So it took over 3 hours. In fact, it took about 4 hours, and that's fine. So I'm critiquing the process. This was an intensive class, and I want to be able to bring it to more people, but have it in succinct way that people get something out of it. I only had a small class today, but I will increase the numbers and be able to work with, I don't want a full group of, 20 or 30 people at this point, but I do want to maybe work with 8 to 10 people in the beginning and maybe 20. And I also am testing sort of webinars or some online training around the issue. So this intensive, again, took about 4 hours, and the individuals were new to this process, so it was a lot of learning. If I teach individuals who have already been in the process of grant writing, it would probably take, I still would want it to be intensive, but it would be more like a 2-hour class. So those are some things I'm working out, because if I'm on the road traveling and I'm able to do this in a traveling way, then I can, earn income doing that. In addition to that, if I create the ebook that I'm working on, it would also be able to help individuals, learn this craft. So that's what I did today, and I'm checking out the lighting of this computer and, all of the stuff, if I'm able to teach from it, all that stuff. So I'm just trying to make sure that I am able to use this particular equipment. I do not have a new camera yet. I do not have even though I think I promised you guys I'm going to get a tripod at some point. So I'm gonna put that on my list for next week. I'm working really, really hard on my budget, spending plan, money management stuff. That's going to be very important. I've been eating a lot of out of the house food and for the past month or so, which doesn't sit well with me, just because of my schedule. So I have to work on that, because that becomes expensive. So I'm going to do some more smoothies. Again, I told you guys I was going to have a video of me preparing something. I went and got a book from somewhere, I think either the dollar store or I got it out of the free library. So I saw some recipes, and I'm gonna probably do a couple of them. So those kind of things I'll be bringing to you, more like survival stuff. And some more real cool things that I'm thinking about doing. One of the other issues I brought up before had to do with my planning situation. I just recently, not eventually, bought a planner. I think it's an Erin Condren. I don't want to be quoted on that because there's no name on it. It's not a happy planner. It may be, I don't know. I don't know anything about that stuff. I just know it's a very cool planner. It's actually a saving planner, but it's got all the information in there to have trackers, a regular traditional planner, and all of that. So I'm going to incorporate all those things in that planner, and I want to be able to bring some of that information to you. I know people have these like overhead things. I have to work on that, so I may not bring those type of videos to you until I figure out that whole situation. So right now, currently, what I'm working with is my cell phone and my laptop computer. That's it. So I have to figure out how to work through those issues. And I will be doing some interviewing of a few people. One is the MMSD, the water quality people. Somebody who I just recently spoke with wanted me to interview them. I have a couple of local business owners that I'm going to interview, and the reason they're a part of this conversation is still about sustainability and how we need to support local as much as possible. You guys, support our local businesses. I mean, that not only helps environmentally by not having to, have all this stuff coming in from wherever, but it also helps the community at large. So I'm going to get off that soapbox for now, get back on it at some point so I can see how the editing is on this particular computer, and we will check in with you, like I said, 2 to 3 times a week, depending on what information I have for y'all, and I will make sure that I keep you guys posted on anything that happens. If I have to do it more than once, I will do that. Something spontaneous happens and I have my cell phone, I will probably put something up, okay? So thank you guys for joining me. Of course, as always, I appreciate you. I am very grateful. Subscribe, comment, like on my channel, pass the word, share it, and we will get you some very good stuff. You will love it, I guarantee. So I'll see you on the other side.